perfect. Okay, so all right. Post these. All right, perfect. Okay, cool. We are gonna take some time today to talk about a few things. And first is we're gonna be talking a little bit about. We're gonna be coming back to these, but we're gonna be talking a bit about the data providers first. And I know because I made a post this earlier today saying that I think we need new new visuals to explain how the whole thing currently works in terms of the uncertain systems ecosystem. Okay, so let me explain a bit these, and I think I'll spend some time on these uncertain systems ecosystem or stack maybe. It's more of an ecosystem really. We have slash infrastructure, whatever it is. We have the following. So we have, let me use a few boxes here and I'm going to color code them, I think. Oh, okay, so we have at the core of everything, we have at the core of everything open lesson, okay? All right. So we have open lesson. This is open lesson. Open lesson. Open lesson is now, so this is basically as a common now an LLM harness for tutoring plus Agentic API for tutoring for learning. For learning and tutoring, you can use it for both cases, for both things, right? Later, it will basically be an educational, like a learning. Maybe it will have a different name. It's not going to necessarily be called learning world model, but it's going to be called a. It's going to be basically a model. It's really going to be basically a brain config transition model, something like this, a BCT model. Which is kind of similar, like similar to a world model for driving. A world model in the sense that it basically simulates kind of the next step. It's not really predicting the next character like we're not using an LLM. We will not be using an LLM. We will be basically using or building a model that is more like a world model, so that basically has a policy, and so it actually it's optimizing for something, and it kind of predicts the next action, or it makes a suggestion on the best next action because it predicts how is it going to steer the world. Right, so this is an important thing to know, that now we have these. So now this is what's not ideal, and this is the goal, right? Later we'll have the brain config transition model, which is basically gonna try to steer you towards that brain config that represents the learning that you want to have, right? That's going to be open lesson. But now it's an LLM harness. This means we pick an LLM, we wrap some logic around it, and that's it. Then what we have is on the other side, we have another piece here, which will mark blue, which is the GHC dataset, okay? Or GHC, which is basically a dataset and a benchmark. And what's happening is OpenLesson is generating actually data that OpenLesson is generating data that is going to go here, right? And we have a third piece that is called, and we're going to make it orange, classroom, which is essentially a simulator. So this is essentially a simulator, okay? What the simulator does is trains BCT model, and essentially it's using data from here for the training, right? So we're doing so the classroom is training the BCT model, might do other things in the future, we'll see. So this is going to be a simulator. Then OpenLesson is what we have built. GHC is what we're building. And so here we have GHC has actually more than these. GHC has a public data set, and GHC also has a private data set, okay, and benchmark. So all right, this is by the way, this whole thing here, this is uncertain systems, okay? So this is uncertain systems. Well, we can draw a boundary here, because what I'm gonna draw now is what's outside of these. And here we have, this is where we have data, the data providers, okay? So this is the token that we launched yesterday. It's for one data provider, and these data providers run their business and they provide data to the private data set, okay? To the private data set, they provide data. All right. Okay. It's important. And this is what, so in here we're gonna have potentially more, but this is where the GHC1 chem token lives, and actually this is where the ANSYS token lives in, if you ever wondered what the difference between those tokens are, okay? And you can see why it's called GHC, the token, right? Because that's kind of where this goes. And so this is Islam, and he's doing chemical stuff, right? So I think hopefully that makes sense. We have other things in here, so we've got public sources, and here's going to be like, you know, ANSYS YouTube channel as an example. Or it's going to be basically, let's just say ANSYS YouTube is one, and then it's going to be multiple public sources in here, and that kind of goes to the public data set. So this one is going to be like that. And yeah, and it goes to the public, to the, yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm, yeah, I hope that makes sense. I hope that kind of makes sense. And I'll yeah, I'm gonna actually move on to the agentic stuff now. I think that's one thing that I wanted to make sure that it's understood. So what I want to do here is basically move these and then basically have these as, you know, that is like a side sloppiness. Can you actually make a sloppiness line? Okay, whatever. No, this is basically a background. Yeah, exactly. So hopefully that makes sense. This is where GHC1 can goes. This is where ANSYS goes. The ANSYS YouTube channel goes here. We're using these and these. This trains the BCT model, and essentially that's, you know, that's kind of how the whole thing, yeah, basically looks like for the uncertain systems ecosystem. Okay, this is outside ANSYS. Yay. Okay, cool. I hope that makes sense. Let me just post these maybe. I'm gonna ask Grok to make it cool. Techno Numenorian style, dark gold, marble, infused with neon lights and runes. See if it actually does it well. If not, I can also just post that on X for sure. In between update. Yeah, I hope that kind of makes sense. Oh, okay, that is too cool, I think. That is too much. Yeah, no, I don't like it. Definitely don't like this one. No, definitely not. That's not the style. I think that's not a good basis. That's not a good basis for things like these. I like much more the ones that I have on the website. These ones here. I forgot what the prompt is that I use for these ones. Here, tools. This one. Yeah. Anyway, but not you know, hasn't really changed a lot. Anyway, let's move on. Now we'll do a bit of the agentic stuff now. Okay, so we'll do a bit of the agentic stuff, and this is more. It's more kind of brainstorming with you guys, kind of using you out loud. So again, the essence of open lesson is that you have the tutor Helios that is guiding you through a think aloud protocol. Okay, that's the key thing. That it's a think aloud protocol. So we need to replicate that with the agent, right? And not always, though. You're gonna learn things in different ways. But you want the agent maybe it makes sense to just give the agent a video tool. You know what I mean? That it gives them a video. It gives them a video page like these, Video Ninja. Oh, you can add your screen share here and then draw on it. That's crazy, actually. All right. The whole point is you have remote screen share into OBS. Add your camera to OBS, stream media file, share website, remote screen share. Game capture, see here. I mean, it's, man, it's just crazy because I could, yeah, because essentially the agent could just say, okay, click here, that goes into like a branded version of these that says select screen to share, then you select the screen, and essentially you know the agent is looking at what you're doing. Essentially, right? And maybe what is the, I'm just thinking, what is the agent doing? Why like, so the whole point, the whole problem that I have is this one, right? So we have these here. Let's just move that. Fuck. Let's just move that a little up here. Because essentially, when you start a session, we need to give, like, the thing is, you want the agent, we want to be able to talk through the agent. So there's one way, right? And this is kind of like, okay, so do we interactions? So that's kind of more the interaction design, right? So the interaction design, interact through the agent. Using agent as relay, this is what I don't think makes sense. I think that's a no-no. I think that's a bad practice. I think that's what's bad practice. I think the agent you can't use the agent as a relay because that makes no sense. You can't use the agent to basically give you, like, just make it pass things through to us. It just makes no sense. So it's almost like you would have to have, we would have to have a hosted Video Ninja where essentially we're telling the agent to tell the user to use that, because that can be used on a phone. Like, that can be used on a phone, actually. And you could even share your screen, right? Video Ninja. Let me just double check one thing. Because this would be the best experience. Yeah, I'm basically here. So give me a second. Now you can see this. Yeah. So this is the Video Ninja website thing. Add your camera to OBS. Remote screen share to OBS. Oh, there's a native app. Oh, okay. All right, there's the Video Ninja app. I didn't know that. I'm installing it. And we'll test it out. The Video Ninja app. Interesting. So you would make the user install this app. Or install allow. Allow. Screen, back camera, front camera, screen. Stream ID. To connect. Allow. And now I can choose. It's telling me, it's showing me like what screen I can share, or I want to share, or what app I want to share. Oh, okay. Share one app, share entire screen. Okay, cool. All right, so now I'm sharing the entire screen. And wait. This actually can be interesting. Let me just let me just do these. I'm gonna chat with myself. I'm gonna chat with myself. I'm gonna paste this link here. And now I can go here. I can add a browser on the stream. Oh boy, that is actually good. And I can just literally go to X. Just just stay with me. Okay, we'll be on X. And essentially what I'm doing is clicking here, copy link address. You can see my phone here. Bro, this is cool. This is awesome actually. So you can see my apps. So you can actually see my phone. You can see everything here. Pretty cool. All right. Nice. So essentially, and probably you can even hear, probably that even has, stop sharing, no, close. I don't know if that has sound though. Yeah, this actually has, oh brother, this has sound, brother. This has sound and all. That's perfect. Picture in picture. Okay, so essentially what this means is I can in theory give the star, so have it done so that the agent uses these. Like we should be able to process the stream, right? Can I ask Grok? Let's just use this page. Can I process the data, the video stream from a Video Ninja link, like this one, in real time? Almost. Like for example, Processing audio, snapshotting video, because this would be cool actually. Where am I? Because I think using the agent as a relay makes no sense at all. And the agent, this is much easier than like getting on a call or something. It's a little less safe, I guess, because it exposes the link stuff. And so, but it's just a conversation between you and the agent, right? So you shouldn't actually care. You shouldn't actually care. And you shouldn't actually care. Let's see what Grog said. Yes, you can process the video and audio stream for video ninja push link like these. Near real-time, low latency for live snapshots, frame analysis, audio processing, etc. View the stream is for the sender. Oh, that's for the sender, okay. View, room. Yeah. Oh. Oh, wow. Wait, really? Really? Are you reading these, guys? For true frame-by-frame processing, for AI models, custom filters, audio effects, mixing, use the raw transport features, add send frames to the iframe URL. What? Fuck. Oh. I should just host these. I should just host my own version. I should set up a should set up a VPS. Host this on my own version. Several community Docker images, including official. Okay. Same origin. Your page and Video Ninja. Yeah, must be on the same page. Your page and Video Ninja. Okay, so I must embed that into an iframe, and then basically I can do snapshots and stuff. So crazy. Bro, this is a crazy piece of software. Okay. Directly to viewer and publisher in 95% of cases. Hosting a turn server yourself may help improve performance, but very few users will see an improvement in video quality. A better way to perform window capturing on desktop if OBS browser sources fails you. It's a downloadable tool. Crazy. Raspberry Ninja, Raspberry Pi. What? Turning Raspberry Pi into a Ninja Cam with horror acceleration enabled. Whoa, okay. That's cool, actually. Okay, this is very cool. I mean, this is this. How isn't this tool more known? Anyway, this is very cool. So I could use these. So the basically open lesson when you start a session, open lesson gives you a the video thing. Uh, wait, did I? Yeah, okay, exactly. You actually can see my phone, guys. uh, okay, anyway. Um, so you could actually, who do we promote? This guy, doc. So essentially, I could give, I could give the like a video ninja link to Hermes, so that it would give it to the user, instruct the user to use it while learning. Essentially, these would then go. Okay, I need to write this down. So, open lesson video link to Hermes user plus instructions. Video link straight to open lesson, and then open lesson fire swipe hooks to Hermes whenever interaction is needed. So so essentially the whole concept of these the whole concept of this integration is that essentially you're using the Hermes agent as basically an actuator, or like as basically a almost like a physical instance of the tutor. Really, you're using Hermes as a host, and then you are really though just like a puppet, right? You're actually really telling the Hermes agent what to do and when. I think that's the smartest way to do this. Because we cannot assume one model the user will use. We cannot assume everything is configured to analyze all the stuff. And so what we need to what the Hermes should be able to do is it should be able to basically help the user plan through the sessions that need to be done, right? But then running the session itself has to be done this way. I don't see any other alternative. And then OpenClaw okay guys, baby's crying. I'll be back. I sorry guys, it's been a long time. I think baby is actually having a hard time. So I will likely wrap up in the next minutes. I just wanted to check whether they all have. I just wanted to check whether all these have. And I close the phone. Yeah, I want to see if they all have. Shout outs now. Where's the documentation? What is these? Beta, okay, Windows, Mac OS, whatever, what it does. What is a building view docs? Yeah, exactly. So I want to see. Let's do webhooks. Should do webhooks, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Webhook helpers and integrations, and Elisa OS. Also, plugin routes, defining routes, plugins, webhooks. Yeah, exactly. Common on events. Okay, so they all have it. I mean, it just makes sense. I think it just makes sense. So I will actually, yeah, I think that's the architecture that makes most sense. Essentially, starting the session enables webhooks and actually generates generates video, which I'm gonna host. Yeah, and then essentially. And then essentially it should really be that stream that we're processing with the audio. And it's more like the real-time thing. I can just take snapshots off of that. And I think so. This almost kind of like takes me to also a decision that I kind of know I have to make at some point, which is really the realization that maybe that's the model that we should kind of have even for these interface. You know what I mean? Even for the Helios interface. So even in this case, essentially, there wouldn't really be a play button. I just don't know. I don't know what would be a good way to design these so that the tutor also would not really be a play button, but it would kind of be, yeah, just a video ninja thing that basically gets the feed and it gets the voice as well, and it kind of lists to you and sees your screen, and it's kind of like not optional at all. You know what I mean? And it sees whether you're using these tools or any other tool. It essentially, yeah, any other tool. So data input, screen sharing. So here would just be like setting up the data input being the video tool, right? Although the very simple microphone is maybe something that from a privacy perspective, you just sometimes want to do these. So I think maybe it's a different design in terms of interface, but maybe it's something that I have to look into these. Because to be honest, I think it would be much leaner, right? Because essentially you're getting the stream and you're not having a heartbeat constantly talking to your server. especially to a verse, like especially to something like, well, it's not, because it's now storing stuff to the X API, so it actually does not really go. The audio still goes to the, yeah, there's still the heartbeat, but then you're kind of dependent on these freezing, and there's a lot going on here. You have the tools, you have the stuff coming in, and maybe that architecture actually turns out to be better, where you just have like the video link, and this video basically is something that is just, it's just sharing your screen. I mean, it's just, and you can decide what you wanted to share, right? And it's all good. It's just basically, it's something that essentially you, wait, which one are we using? This one. So it's something that essentially you, I can use directly. Ah man, maybe I should just change that to the setup, because I think that is actually both for the agent. It's just the same architecture, and I think that it makes it easier to maintain. I think this makes it very easy to maintain. It needs to go through something that then sends it to, yeah, I'll probably make that change at some point. I need to validate that. I need to make sure this all works. I mean, I'll implement it for the agentic stuff. I will, because there's no other way, right? So I want to make sure, I mean, I have to implement it for the agentic stuff, and then if it works well, I'll just basically switch Helios to that, because essentially that's the whole point. If you don't have an agent, you can just use our interface, but essentially the architecture should be the same. I think that's actually, that's what makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I think the app has the advantage that then you have things like you can send an image as well. You have the canvas here. So that piece of these information still needs to go, but as like an individual pipeline towards X. But I mean, essentially, if you can just capture everything, why do I even need to do individual captures? You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what I'm doing here. I'm doing it like the AI, just like it sees everything. So it's going to see that I'm using these. I don't have to have a specific structured pieces of information. I can make the model extract and process every single frame and understand, oh, it's using this tool, it's using that, it's using these, right? I think that could actually be the best way. Just share your screen, share the audio. We need to have maybe a handshake or something, but I think that could actually work. I really think that could actually work. Cool. I'm gonna wrap it up here. I think that's maybe the realization is like this architecture is kind of what makes the most sense. And it's also low latency, because essentially the like we're not, it goes straight, yeah, it goes straight to the VPS, and then if it bypasses everything, and I think it just makes sense, man. It just makes sense. Cool. See you guys tomorrow.